incremental readings. So in this video, we're going to see incremental reading compared to speed reading, which basically is the motivation to read faster without theoretically compromising the comprehension. So we'll compare both, and let's see the balance of the speed, comprehension, and memory. If I comprehend what I have read, and then if I remember what I have read, with both techniques. So there's an incremental reading advantage. Outpaces speed readers, even for beginners. Balances speed, comprehension, and memory retention. But there's one huge caveat. High speed may delay full comprehension, but allows flexibility in focus. It's a trade-off. And by the way, you can also use a speed reading within incremental reading if you want to. But let's put this on pause and not let's make things more complex. Then, the key features of incremental reading is that you have a customized reading approach. Read fast, an overview of knowledge. I skim an article. Is this worth my time? Are there golden nuggets? Is this what I want? What I'm looking for? Or no? Or once I do, is okay, now let me read in a normal speed. Then deep dive later into intricate details. Keep in mind, in incremental reading, details come later. Or prioritize memory consolidation. That, hey, I want to prioritize the basics, what I'm learning, over new stuff. Your pace, your focus is all up to you. Remember, we have seen recently a video about this one. Who controls the learning pace in Supermemo? It's you. Nice. Then, stress-free skimming. Why is it stress-free? And why is it efficient? You skim less important text without missing critical details. Perhaps there's something of value, I will make an extract. So I know I will see this in a different place, in a new element. In this case, a topic that will contain the extract. So what I have missed today, if I missed something, I have overlooked something, I will have a second chance. And then, since I'm using priorities, what's less important is less likely I will see it later, because it will be pushed, because of the priority, it will be pushed later in the queue. If I don't invest enough time, I'm not going to see it, unless it's from a subset or from a search, So, I'm stress-free because I know I can go from the most important stuff to the diminishing returns, the most minute details if I want to. And I can schedule that for later and then choose a priority. So, my only worry is if I prioritize well. Other than that, nothing. And then it's bottlenecks. Removes the fear of missing out or the missing important information during initial reads, because I don't have to rely on my working memory, basically. Then, combining speed and long-term retention. Speed reading, if I open a book and I only do speed reading, focus only on short-term memory. So if you do this for cramming for an exam, okay, go ahead. But if you do this for long-term memory, you're wasting your time. Not just wasting your time, you're also harming your brain. And then, with incremental reading, adds long-term retention via spaced repetition. But hey, then that means that I will have to spend time reviewing old material. I need those repetitions that, in my case, they will be like 7 to 10 for life. Assuming I never lapse them, with 7 or 10 reps, I will keep this for life already. They will be in the decade, 2 decades interval already. And incremental reading ensures that the valuable knowledge is retained for life because of priorities. What's not that valuable could be neglected. It's in my collection, but it's neglected. Then, spaced repetition is the game changer. Prevents forgetting. Reduces the need to revisit articles repeatedly. And saves time retaining critical information. I don't have to relearn. I don't have to reread any article. That's why in the long term, even if spaced repetition, even if incremental reading may look like super painfully slow at the beginning, long term is the quickest. Because of the many steps I will prevent, I'm saving. I don't have to read this again in my life. I already have the flashcards out of what I decided to remember from the article, and I only need to review those flashcards, not the entire article. So, what's the outcome? You focus on the golden nuggets of knowledge that you create flashcards from to maximize the long-term value. And the more value, the higher the priority. That's why even if you have created your own items, your own flashcards, of what you wanted to remember, you still have a subset of this to concentrate the value. No, I want the top 10% of the most valuable items, or the top 20, whatever. Then the use cases for incremental reading. It's best for lifelong learning and mastery of knowledge of any domain that is based on knowledge, compared to traditional reading that is suitable for entertaining curiosity at some degree and temporary needs. That, hey, shoot, this broke, I need to get a new computer, what I should get, blah, 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 blah. You look for this, blah, blah, blah. But once I buy the computer, done, right? Then, hunger for knowledge, why it works. Incremental reading powers your learn drive, your curiosity beyond limits. Fueling your curiosity and appetite for learning. The more you read, the faster and more effectively you process information. It's even if you don't want to. You get used to, or your brain gets used to, with the colors, the situations, the indentation. Even if I'm not aware of that, my brain scans this and has a meaning. Hey, this means something. This hierarchy jam means something. This hierarchy is not just visual, means something. And so on. And remember, even if your natural reading speed slightly gets faster, you will get a ceiling anyways. It's just about your intention. That, hey, this is very important. You will be super slow and pay a lot of attention. That, hey, this is just very low material. I just want... I remember that thing. Let me import the article. I only want the number. Everything else I already know. Or how many, I know, of that supplement should I take daily? Oh, I forgot the number. Let me see it. But I already know the properties, the benefits, the health benefits. Yeah. I just want to know the daily dose, let's say. Hey. So I go super quick until I get what I want to. So I do speed reading in that case. Because everything else, all of the other text, is almost irrelevant to me. The priority is very low. In this case, this scenario, because I already know that, not because it's not relevant. So then, the closing thought. Incremental reading is a speed reading, but without the loss of comprehension or retention. Optimizes for lifelong learning. So long term, you will be even faster than speed reading. And on top of that, you will have comprehension and retention. You will comprehend most of what you have read, and you have retained, memorized everything, or most of what you decided to remember, unlike speed reading. Let's put numbers, because I don't want this to be misunderstood. Let's say that I read at 200 words per minute. Incremental reading doesn't mean that I will read at 200 words per minute and have the comprehension and retention. No. Is that the time I invest long term will be less. So let's say that I do 200 per minute. But then in a few months I forget. I need to read again. And I read at 200 per minute. 200 words per minute once again. And I spend 5 minutes. 5 minutes. With incremental reading, perhaps now I do 150. This is very important. I just go 50 words per minute. Now I'm just skimming. I do 300 per minute, whatever, you know what I mean. It varies. Then I spend more time, let's say 6 minutes or 7 instead of 5. And then since I have space repetition, I do, let's say, 15 seconds per repetition. Pum, pum, pum. Perhaps I spend 10 minutes, or let's put 12. With the reading, I spend 10, even if I have to reread this. But in a few months or next year, I will need to reread this again. 5 minutes more. And 5 minutes more. But in incremental reading, with 12 minutes, I have this for life already. Or for the next decade. Memorized. Retrievable in my memory. With speed reading, it's, oh yeah, I read this, I remember I read that. I know where even the source in the book it is, or the article, but the details are fast in the net because I don't have a space repetition. So at the end of the day, I will spend 5 more minutes. So in the next decade, the time I will invest speed reading, it will be longer, more time invested than incremental reading. Even though in incremental reading, I never went to 150 words per minute, unless I'm skimming, if you know what I mean. So then, the takeaway. Balance speed, understanding, and memory to turn every article into lasting source of knowledge. At the end of the day, not because you read faster, you will do things quicker, but the opposite. Slow and steady wins the race. Take your time, understand things, make clauses, ask AI, whatever. But most of the time it's at the beginning, and more to the future, the more time you save. That has been the comparison between speed reading and incremental reading. The choice is yours. Keep in mind this is all in your hands. Let me know your opinion about that. And yeah, we'll continue with similar videos about the speed of reading. See you incrementally.